Hello and welcome to the Listening Post's unboxing channel on YouTube. Today I'm unboxing a fascinating evolution of Paradigm's brilliant in-ceiling speakers. Paradigm's been a core brand to this business for decades. Their custom installation speakers have been surprisingly good, surprisingly well made, amazing sounding products, and to have now the ability to share some of the version 2s and a true lift of performance is absolutely awesome. So in-ceiling speakers dominate that sort of custom realm. Paradigm do some amazing in-walls to complement them. Well, look, we've previously done a video, if you're interested, on the older version of the P65, so please link sort of up here. These are the P65 V2s. The P80, 65 6.5 inch round. P80 is an 8 inch. Hang around for some photographs. We'll probably unbox these so you can have a look. The first thing we're going to do is just take the 80 off to one side, because essentially everything I'm going to talk about is there, but in spades with the bigger drive unit. Much better frequency response, better bass control, ideal for Atmos, ideal for music around the home, great dynamics. They're brilliant, absolutely love them. But more importantly, the V2s are surprisingly good. Now, they're typically sold in pairs, so we're going to get rid of one of these. There's no point. Again, hang around for the photographs. I'll open up the other one so you can see what's inside. Right, one of the reasons these are so good, made in Canada. This is the range that Paradigm put a lot more attention into. They have a brilliant tweeter, a brilliant mid-bass drive, all of which you will see. Look, there's a freight label right in the middle there where I'm going to open it. There's some scannable information about the model and serial number perhaps, and some basic information about the product itself. There's that sticker sort of wraps around with a little pictorial, a little line drawing. CI, custom install, obviously Pro series, and it's the P65-R V2. The rest of it is an emulation of that scannable information. Opening these is a little bit more interesting compared with some, because it's a combination of paper tape and the cardboard staples, you know, the big metal staples. So you've always got to be careful when you open this sort of thing, and even if you're a custom installer somewhere, always get rid of these metal staples. It's prudent to immediately remove them as soon as you can to ensure that they don't necessarily scratch you or scratch the product that you're just about to have a look at. Having a look at it, you can see it's suspended inside some polystyrene. Many manufacturers are focusing on some recyclable material. Paradigm have enlisted the support of a worldwide network of polystyrene reclaim and recycling companies, so that's good to see. Taking it out of the box is really easy. Just lift it off, okay? Really, really easy. And that's where we see a bit of information about warranty and stuff, and a little card, and some of the freebie accessories. In this little plastic bag there is a adhesive Paradigm logo and a zip tie. Now the zip tie is kind of important with any speaker as you're installing it, particularly if you're up precariously on a ladder. Putting a zip tie around the cable before it's inserted into the binding posts is probably an important little thing, so they've given you one. Okay? From there, it's about tipping it onto its side, and it's about lifting off the moulded polystyrene. Again, all of this just a bit bigger is the P80, so hence why we're not going to sort of dwell on the larger model. There is a micro perforated grill. Now, this is magnetic, of course, and I'll show you the magnet side of things in a moment. The micro perforations mean that the speaker starts to look a little bit less intrusive. It's got a plastic ring around it, so it won't mark the ceiling, and it's beautiful. I mean, it's bezel-free design, and it encompasses the entire speaker. Now that particular design's been available for some time. I think the micro perforations have improved in this model, but who knows. Nevertheless, once installed, they look extremely elegant. Gone are those big plastic rings and a sort of a stick in the grill. This is magnetic, it's firm, there's no rattle, it's brilliant. The next thing we see is a cardboard template. Now this is the circumference of the cutout that you will require. Now it's the same as the P65, this one. The RX, which is their marine grade or the extreme version, RX, R for round, X for extreme, as well as the E65, which is the Elite series. Better frequency response, better dynamics, better quality, emulate some of the higher end speakers that Paradigm do. Nevertheless, the cutout has a couple of cool things. Firstly, a little dot in the middle, so that if you're sitting there with a screwdriver you have immediately a nice idea of where it's going to go, and some basic information on it about how to install things. Actually, no, I'll get rid of it. Right, get rid of the last of the polystyrene. We get to see the speaker itself. Now this is the most surprising part of the new range, is just overall the build quality. What these videos never really show is the weight and the build that comes with it. So firstly, we're going to look at the driver technology. Now some will recognise, and as you should, from the Founders series, their new drive units. So it's got a carbon X woofer. Now that sort of that new texture that we see on the drive unit is part of the moulding process. Very rigid, very lightweight, and we see it in the Founders series, and it's wonderful to see that here in a very, very affordable in-ceiling speaker we've got that technology trickle down. There's also the tweeter, essentially straight out of the Founders series as well. It's an aluminium magnesium hybrid tweeter, but more importantly, and again hang around for the photographs, I'll try and take a close-up. This protective cover that goes on the tweeter is not only designed to physically protect it, and it's great from an installer's perspective, but it has a tapered dot hole approach which helps to diffuse the sound, it helps to eliminate resonant issues and other things like that, and it's truly brilliant to see such an affordable in-ceiling speaker with an immediate trickle down out of some of the most high-end speakers that Paradigm produce. What you'll also see is a little sort of cloverleaf shape around it, and hopefully that it's offset. With anything that's in a traditional coax design, like the vast majority of in-ceiling speakers, you've got its tweeter positioned directly centrally with the main drive unit. And of course with that you can end up with standing waves and reflection directly off the back of that tweeter. But you also have an issue with the frequency response of the main mid-bass driver being influenced by how it can be affected by the coaxial design of the tweeter support that's behind it. By offsetting it to one side and having this sort of cloverleaf shape around it, it vastly improves the response of the drive unit and its its disbursement into a room. And that's brilliant, and again, wonderful to see in such an affordable set of speakers. We also see a reverse annulus. Now this is first used in many speakers from Paradigm and some of their subwoofers as well. That allows for a little bit more excursion, bass response is improved, and again from a compact speaker, the mid-bass response is extremely important. Then there's 4 screw heads, and that relates to the next thing we're going to see, which is the dog legs that pop out from an installation perspective. The first quarter turn pops the dog leg out, and then the rest of it starts to drive it up. And then a series of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 magnets to support the grill to ensure that it's secure and chatter-free. Looking at the side, we see its approximate depth, and it's not really very deep. What you will also see, again, is the dog legs, but a protective cover that now protects the crossover network and everything from potential insulation and other debris. And also because There is some very minor warmth to the operation at dynamic loads. It's good to see that any combustible material is obviously kept away from anything that could get warm. I mean, that's an extreme example, but I think you kind of understand. What we see is two push-in binding posts. Nice and easy, in fact. It's quite straightforward to hold the speaker in one hand, squeeze it, and then stick the bare wire in, so it's well thought out from that perspective. And it's clearly labelled positive and negative, and it's got a good grip. There's a rhodium-like coating on them as well to preserve it and ensure that there's no corrosion build-up. Again, hang around for the photographs. I'll try and take some of the quality of the componentry that Paradigm have chosen. Looking at the back, again, we just see an emulation of the model and again a serial number. So there we have it. Paradigm's P65-R, stunning custom installation in-ceiling speaker, unboxed here at the Listening Post in Christchurch, New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, subscribe to our channel.